This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
Hi, welcome to the show. I'm Joe Abbas Bangura. In case you're meeting me for the first time, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've built at least 3 businesses that have each gone to do between $500,000 and $1.5 million United States dollars as revenue. And you know, given my background as a child who's born to illiterate parents and having to take my O-levels 3 times to be able to make it for the life, how was I able to do this? Well, this is why you have this channel, to share those stories, those lessons that I've learned, and possibly maybe be able to help you as you step out to design your own life. One of the things that, you know, I struggle to communicate a lot of the time, and you know, in a world where, you know, you have a lot of people feeling like they're victims in life, people struggle to fathom how, you know, in the workplace, some people will be earning amounts as high as this. Some people will be earning millions, tens of millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, like people will be earning. And the rest are, you know, different levels earning, you know, way less. And so, you know, the question you ask, if, you know, we are all equal in the sight of God, how would some be earning? How would some be earning more? The story was told about a young guy who says, you know, I have 4 children. Look how much I'm being paid. You know, are you paid for the number of children you have? No, it's the value of the problem you solve in the marketplace. That's what you're being paid for. That's what you've been paid for. That's the value at the end of the day. It's the value of the problem you choose to solve. The value of the problem you're solving, that's the timing at the end of the day. And what about somebody who tells you, well, you know, I travel all the way from Waterloo. I travel all the way from Newton. Look at how much I've been paid. You're not paid by the distance that you have to travel to come to work. It's the value you provide to the marketplace. And so it's always hard to understand, to explain to people. And you know, with all due respect, and I know sometimes it's be difficult where people are in life, and you know, they didn't have to create what happened to them, but the show says it's your life by design. You could shape forward by deciding, just learning what you need to do to add value in your life, like I did, like stories of people who prove this every day. You can shape, you can design. It's the value. You can increase your value every day, and therefore increase the value that you get. So I'll craft this in a tale of 3 sons, where more secrets to thriving in life, where a father came to the employer. You know, father worked to the employer. The father had 3 sons. He came to find out why, though they are working in the same company 8 hours a day, but each of them earn vastly different salaries. 8 hours, 3 sons, 8 hours working the same time. Then the first son, the father said, okay, no worry. You want to know why your 3 sons have been paid vastly different sums of money? He said, okay, fine. Okay, go into that room next door. You'll be hearing what's going to happen, what we'll be saying, but I'll call in your sons and see how they respond to the tasks that they're given to do. He called in son number 1. Son number 1 was called in and given an assignment. He was told a plane from the Far East had just landed in the airport. He was told, go to the airport, take inventory of the plane's content, determine if there are any items there that will be worth purchasing, and report back as soon as possible. That's the assignment that was given to son number 1. Son number 1 left the office and reported 15 minutes later. This guy came back 15 minutes later. It said, with the report as follows. He said, I made a call down to the airport. I was able to deduce that the plane was loaded with worthless merchandise consisting of approximately 100 dozen of pencils and some rolls of fabric. That's all his report. 15 minutes. He did not even go to the airport. They said, go to the airport. He made a phone call. How much you'll be missing when you see life through the eyes of other people's lenses. Anyway, he was dismissed. The second son was calling. Son number 2 was someone and given the same assignment. He left and returned to the office about an hour and a half later. So 90 minutes later, son came back. He actually went to the airport. And then he said, I went down to the airport and I asked a member of the crew to show me the cargo manifest. It had 135 dozen of Taiwanese dolls of adequate quality, 2,000 boxes of inexpensive colored pencils, 5 rolls of silk fabric from Hong Kong. That's all he came with. And he was thanked for his efforts and dismissed. Then son number 3 was called in, given the exact same assignment. He did not return until long past closing time. Everybody don't knock off. Everybody's gone home. That's when son number 3 came. And this was his report. He said, I went down to the airport and asked a member of the crew to help me inspect the content of the plane. There's a mindset. You could see a mindset shaping from a distance already why these people will be different in life. He said there were 100,000 Taiwanese toy dolls. The price and quality were adequate, but was not worth spending a lot more of our time marketing them. So I called the distributor from New York and made a quick deal to him to buy the entire shipment. This will result in an immediate profit to us of $2,000 US. And he went on. I also discovered that there are 2,000 boxes of colored pencils. The quality was extremely poor. No matter what the price is, it wouldn't be worth to market them. So I passed. Number 3, he said there were 500 rolls of silk fabric from Hong Kong. Upon closer inspection, I discovered that only 200 rolls were of exceptional quality and at a price that would make a substantial profit. So I called our San Francisco distributor and I sold the 200 rolls to them for a gross profit of $4,000 US. So the guy has just made his boss $6,000. While that guy was making a phone call and this guy, he said I just made $6,000. But then, it's not ended though. Finally, while checking deep in the cargo, I discovered some items were loaded in the plane at the last minute, so they did not appear in the cargo manifest. He did not just read the cargo manifest, he went into the plane and searched. There's something unique about people like him. That makes a difference in what it ended up being in life. And he says these were the best inventories. They were fine carvings of antique status, extreme rare quality, the finest I've ever seen. Yet the price was substantially below the market values. So I contacted a local expert in antique for a second opinion, and he confirmed my initial appraisal. So I took possession of the entire collection. I have no doubt that given proper and marketing and adequate time, we will be able to make at least $100,000 US profits in these items. Wait for this. He says, I will give you detailed report in the morning. He was also thanked and dismissed for his efforts. Thanks for his efforts. I wouldn't even say anything. Pause for the moment. I wouldn't even say anything. And says, if you were the boss, if you were the father was sitting in the room, why would you think these 3 guys should be paid the same salary because they work 8 hours? It's 8 hours a day. They all work 8 hours. How dare you to think they should be paid the same salary? Do you think they should be?
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
Welcome back. Now, so let's look at this, the tale of 3 sons and more secrets to thriving in life. This is what we're talking about now, in the marketplace and in life. So imagine the father was in this room, listening into what was going on about his 3 kids, his 3 sons, and how people end up in life thinking like that. It's a topic for another day. It's something that confounds me all the time, but it's a topic for another day. But then the employer called the father from the owner room and to discuss what they had witnessed. He said, you see, the employer said the first son does not even do what he was told to do. That's why he's paid the least. And it's again, I'm not pointing finger at anybody, but you have to just choose which of the sons you want to be. You have to just decide. I have no qualms, no apologies. I owe no apologies to anybody for the value that I've built for myself in life. I owe no apologies. I was just talking about sharing my team. I woke up 11 p.m. one night and I was up till 4:30 the following morning, and I went to bed for 2 hours and I woke up again at 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I was on my way back to the office, and not that day. You dare expect that, I would be on the same keel with somebody who sleeps 12 hours at night? No, it's not possible. He didn't even do what he was supposed to do. Now, the second son does only what he's told to do. They said, go to the airport, check what is there, if they are valid. So he went to the airport to check what is there and came back. Better than the first brother who didn't even go to the airport, but it's adequate. I said in organizations, you have A players, you have B players, you have C players, and C players have to be managed out. Either manage them up or managed out. B players, you have a lot of them. So maybe 70% of an organization will be made up of B players. Adequate, but they are dispensable. Adequate but dispensable. Don't you have the A players? And it's a choice you have to make. Who are A players? Well, the Messi's, the Cristiano Ronaldo's. Who's Liverpool's A player? Who are the A players in Liverpool? I don't know. I don't know if Manchester United have any A players. But anyway. But they are A players, top players. You can't talk. If they are not in the team, their effect is felt immediately. And so A players, how do people become A players? So the third son does far more than what is asked of them, for more than what is required from a mere employee. The guy don't pass employee. Who do you think this guy would, if the director, whoever owns the company, is thinking of making somebody a shareholder, a partner in the business, and then hand over this business? Who do you think they would call upon? Not because it's Abiam, no, it's not. It's really about who brings in value and what value they bring to the table. And he says, the guy does far more than he's paid for, and that's why he's paid the most. The first two sons are not different from most employees. They are adequate, but dispensable. The third son is a rare breed. It says to me is indispensable, and third sons are indispensable. If I just ask you to reflect a moment and say, go to any organization, how many, first question, which son are you? Which son are you there? Which son are you? There's nothing against you, with all due respect, but again, it's a choice you have to make. This is your life by design. Your life by design. Your life is shaped by you. It's a choice you make. Which son are you? You're complaining about not being paid much more, or other people being paid? And let's be clear. There are certain circumstances where it's not really on the basis of what people are worth in their head that they get this. But take that to be 20% of the time. Maybe in politics, yes, people get jobs in politics by who they know, by who they align with. So that's not the case. But how many jobs do you have in the world, in the country, in a solid economy that are politically related jobs? Always in the minority. So the huge size of jobs, you just need to see the number of people we employ around. People are employed every day in an office that they don't have to know anybody. And the only thing that they go with there is their certificates, their knowledge, their capacity, their previous experiences. So don't let anybody fool you. It's a choice you have to make. Whether you are A player, B player, or C player, whether you're son number 1, number 2, number 3, which son are you? Which son would you like to become? In case you find out you are son number 1, you can become son number 2. You can become employee number 2 to go into number 2, and then go to become employee number 3. Well, maybe I would like to think that I'm employee number 3. Again, it's a mindset. You think like an owner. I wake up every day. I've never had a job in my life where I have not acted as if I owned the business. And so oftentimes people tell you, now you daddy get her, you didn't make like saying daddy get her. Oh yeah, everything I've done in my life, I acted as if my father owned the business. There's an ownership mentality. It's that's why you walk. So let me share this today and to say, please, you can shape your life, you can shape your future, you can shape your professional life by just bringing in more than everybody else brings to the table. Become extraordinary, become exceptional. So oftentimes people wonder why they want to do exactly what everybody does, and then they think they're going to be exceptional for that. They want to be treated extraordinary, they want to be exceptional, but you can't sleep the same time everybody sleeps, wake up the same time everybody wakes up, do everything the same thing everybody does, and expect to be different. You can't. It doesn't make sense. These are secrets to thriving in life.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.